Let's go to the laundromat. There's this little thing there.
Let's go inside the laundromat. Come on.
Listen, there's Russians bombing our area and like circling, so let's go inside.
Why are they bombing the area?
Don't.
What the fuck?
Yeah, come back here. Come back here and take a left.
The hell are we talking here?
Come on, Hubert.
Hey, Benji.
Oh, you can talk too. I'm not gonna lie. This looks like an ambush or an AA group.
Yeah, we finna kill you. With our words. Why the hell are we talking here?
Have a seat.
What the fuck does
Hubert.
Gazpachi sound like that?
Not Spachi.
That what? I don't see spongy shit sound like that.
What the fuck?
Wait, that's
not me, man.
So I'm sorry.
I'm across from you, motherfucker.
Bro, you're fucked up, bro. You're
That's
fucked
that
up,
guy.
No, I
Fucked
thought
up,
Gazpachi was doing a voice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Nah, bro.
That's
Nah,
Hubert.
bro.
That's Hubert.
That's crazy, bro.
Hubert,
I'm Hubert Hughes.
What's up, Hubert? Is he GG?
Nothing much.
Yeah, he's our muscle for Lucky Plucker.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
Anything I know, he knows. So
I'm the brains.
my fact checker.
Right.
Ming, Juju, y'all care. I haven't slept. I'm hungry. You take this away. I don't give a damn.
Let's go.
Here, chill.
So I mean, I guess Benji, take it away. What you were trying to say outside?
Well, Larry was calling me. Well, I called Larry earlier. This was on some father-son shit because I couldn't believe what he was doing yesterday. But
Okay, sure.
and then he was telling me that apparently my boys were hunting last night. And then he's like, "What are we on when we're the ones who shot and shit like that?" Then he said, "You guys weren't rolling out." So I told my boys, "Let's not make this awkward and start rolling out for no reason." And we look stupid. So they stopped rolling out. And then I came by here just to make Larry panic a little bit. Then it looks like a good time for a conversation instead. So, and I was going to call him and tell him that I was about to go to the island and play pirates and rob everybody that's gold panning.
GG folding like toilet paper because you know Draco would fold your
That's
shit.
where we at.
Cringe
so
shit.
Where you guys at?
I'll fold you and wipe my ass with you.
Oh, you and me?
Honestly, I think going to war over about what 15 plants, shooting each other up for about what, possibly a week, up to a week. It just doesn't seem worth it in my mind. I think it all came down to listen, if you find plants in wherever, me it's finders keepers, you know, take that shit. I think the disrespect came from calling and telling us that you took it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The first half of Draco's apology yesterday, I know that it kind of sounded fucking waffled a little bit, but he meant what he said about the second part. Because I don't need to hide this fact. I told him that was dumb shit. And if he was not gonna apologize for that, I would apologize for it because that's not the way I want to operate. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all down for Rob being the biggest, the baddest. I don't really give a shit anymore. But you know, I don't need to call you and rub it in your face just because it's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I knew, if I was there, and naturally the boys also offered it, but I think the phone call kind of made everything a little bit fucked up, and it just came off as cocky. But the fact that they wanted to give back the weed, and frankly, if I knew that was jack shit, I'd instantly give it back because you know, I don't want to take anything from the cookie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so proud of his little grow he had, you know?
Make sure you write that down, Hubert.
On it, boss. Hey, where's the Lucky Plucker coming?
What?
What?
Wait, it's not about the Lucky Plucker?
No.
No.
Shit.
What the fuck?
Okay, guys, my bad. I thought this was another meeting.
Why the fuck you bring in Lucky Plucker staff for this, bro?
Hubert out.
What the fuck?
Hey, right, that just, you know. He's part of a elaborate security detail, you know what I'm saying, with all the Russian stuff that's happening.
Yeah, that's my
Mhm.
security.
It's all right.
Oh shit.
But boys, I think the bigger thing is I don't know. I don't know how things are gonna move forward, bro. Like I feel like, you know, I think we naturally the kind of groups that like big dick just because we exist. And I think it happens whether or not we like to admit it. But I fuck with everybody else here except for Julian. You know what I mean? Like I actually I like GG a lot. You know what I mean? It's just, but that's more of a me thing. And we brought this up last time, and Marty said the same shit. You know, just because some of y'all fuck with me doesn't mean you fuck with Seaside, right? I just don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want it to be like. I don't want this to be like a regular thing, man. I don't like it, you know. But
I
at the
also
same
believe-
time, I don't know if we can fucking, you know, just dance around and sing kumbaya and shit. I don't think that's possible.
Well, do you agree, Benji, that I feel like, especially both your gang and GG, and I feel like if we were to ever war, it should be over something more reasonable, not a couple of plants and a bit of ego taunting back and forth, right? I feel like it's just that's small gang behavior. You know, we're both superpowers. I think we should act like it. You know, it should have to make sense. And like I said about going forward, I think that all depends on how you and Marty interact from here on out. That's only time will tell, I guess, right?
No, I blame Marty actually. Every time I say let's go and chill, he goes and does something else. So maybe he doesn't actually want to chill with me. Maybe he hates me. Who knows?
He in his loner phase right now.
What the fuck is he in his loner phase? Then why the fuck does he tell me that he's awake for AU? Then he goes alone.
Just
He
stop
do
taking
that.
days off, man. It's so simple.
That's
What
part
the
of his
fuck?
Stop
loner
taking
phase.
days
He
off,
literally
Benji.
will text me, "I'm awake, Benji."
That's
okay,
part of
let's
that's
hang
part
out.
of
Then he
his
fucking
loner
fucks
phase.
off.
You know, that's how he do it.
Stop taking days off, and none of this will ever happen.
Well, I'm about to go on holiday for another 5 days next week, so
Oh,
I'm sure we'll go to war again, guys. Ming, please end the war before I'm back. Please.
Bro, I got a question though, right? You think any of this would have happened if it was somebody else that was negotiating than Draco? The way I kind of
yes.
look at it, right? I feel like if I said, "Yo, Future, take it away," Future's like a fucking mirror copy of Draco. I feel like every time it's always going to turn out into like the worst way it possibly can.
Okay, I want to defend Draco a little bit here. Okay, Draco has the natural press voice. He's the guy that you don't want to send to the first meeting where you're trying to be friendly.
It's
But
not his voice
that-
though; it's his actions, right?
I know, and it's not just that though. It's the overall perception. You think that Draco was alone in that decision, but there's a lot of people that backed him for that decision. But if I were to tell you the reason why, you won't believe me anyway. But from Seaside's point of view, it was just KJ, Draco, and whoever was around just trying to have fun with like forehead and shit like that, and they think it's a fucking joke. Then I tell them, when you've got two groups that are powerful, these kind of jokes don't really work. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I think everybody's still
Yeah, get
trying to
folded,
understand
bitch.
because I
Put it
think
in
that's a
the
straight up
laundromat.
fact. Because, like, for example, right, when you were there in Seaside, Julian, when GG used to joke around a lot,
Yeah,
and you would bring up the same
100%.
topics too. You know what I'm
Next
saying?
thing you
Like,
know, I'm gonna wipe my ass with you.
we do these things, but it doesn't work because we're strong enough to retaliate, and you guys are strong enough to retaliate. And that's the problem. When these kind of jokes just don't fucking work. For me, it's like this kind of shit should be done to the guppy fish. You know what I mean?
Guppy.
Yeah, but
Fuck is
yeah,
that?
Ming, to address that, it wasn't just Draco's call on that, you know, because that was KJ's watch, and I thought KJ was a fucking idiot too. Because the second this all popped off, KJ wanted to work with you guys instead. He said, you know, he didn't expect things to blow up the way it did. What the fuck? Oh, Jack?
Well, I mean, if it was like joking and shit, you know what I'm saying? Calling, you know, forward up saying like, thanks for the dead drop. You know, he didn't even know what, you know, Britta was talking about.
Yeah, that's why after they realized that the joke was a bad joke, Gaspachi, they offered to give it back straight away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if it is joking stuff, you know, like think it would definitely need to be made a lot more clear, because I don't think we.
Wait, what was the joke?
Well, no, I'm saying like Benji said it was like supposed to be more in that direction, but it
What
led in,
was?
in another one. Them taking your weed.
The stupid phone, not the weed.
Oh,
The
no,
weed they
taunting.
took on purpose. The
Yeah.
taunting.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
the phone
taunting
call.
was
The phone
stupid.
call.
Listen, that's what they wanted it to be, and it was something where they thought it was going to be a small thing. But as I just said, when you're a big crew, you don't just take that lightly. That's the problem with that. Because if somebody joked with us like that, and this is what I told them too, we'd be fucking shooting them and getting mad as well, right?
What was the reason for the
Yeah.
phone call? Just to like joke about it?
Oh yeah, there is no logic behind that shit.
Because
That should not
I don't
have
know.
been done.
In my mind, like if I'm like honestly, if I found your planes, I'd probably take that shit too. But I wouldn't call you.
But
But
was it
the
KJ?
same thing, I would if somebody stole our shit, like there's different ways of going about finding who took it. Go sit around the
Absolutely.
weed spot. Whoever's running your strain, snatch them up and
Listen. I don't want to expand on that because, as I told you, there's no logic behind it. It was okay. How do you say this? It was innocent but very stupid and should not have been done. You know what I'm saying? Should
Yeah,
not
yeah,
have
yeah.
been done.
But it wasn't like a KJ thing, right? It was purely a Draco thing. The whole call.
No,
idea?
it was a everybody thing.
Okay.
And it
Yeah.
just didn't go as planned.
They're just being silly. That's it. Just
Yeah.
being silly in a silly mood. Shouldn't have been done. Fucking Julius, stop trying to push it to Draco, man. It's a group thing.
No,
it's
I'll
not
tell
that
you
right.
why.
I think
I'll
it's
tell
just
you
like
why.
if anybody else made that phone call, it wouldn't have been. I feel like maybe it could have been taken as a joke. But again, it's like
That's what I said.
Draco's
too.
like
I agree.
Draco's like the
I
future.
agree.
If Future calls you up and jokes about something, you take it the wrong way. Just
You
because of the
probably
way.
I
gonna get
agree.
pissed
The way he
as
talks.
I
hell
told
if Future
Draco
call
he
you up
shouldn't even
just
talking
making
to
dumb
some people
jokes.
in Seaside.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
It's fine.
I should
You
probably-
would got
Yeah.
it. You would got it.
It's okay.
No, it's true. Because let's say, for example, we gotta punish somebody in Seaside. If we send Draco to punish you, you think you're gonna be blooded out the next day. Because that's just the vibe. And I'm not saying like he's scary that way. It's just you don't know if he's kidding or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to clarify, the reason why I was asking like the difference in like who today it was is because obviously JJ showed clear like disagreement with everything, right? To us, to you, to everybody, as I imagine. So I thought, hearing all that stuff, that KJ probably would have disagreed with something like that and just kind of held, had Draco's back and everything, because that's just how KJ is, right? He keeps his opinions to himself and he handles it in his own time behind closed doors. But on the streets, he'll back his boys, right? That's why I was curious, because I mean,
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
if KJ,
I
for
mean,
example, called, it would have been entirely different, right? Because that'd be funny. Right?
the whole thing about JJ not understanding shit, that was all sorted out already because he misunderstood the timeline of everything.
Yeah.
So after he understood the timeline, everybody was on the same page, and we all agreed that the biggest problem here is the stupid phone call. No phone call, no issues. If GG wanted to find out who stole the shit, if Seaside was eventually the ones that were caught up, then we deal with it
Yeah,
like how we
and-
naturally would.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all would have said it was y'all. Same
And I
way.
said, yeah.
hmm
I said to
Exactly.
JJ too on the phone. I spoke to him briefly, and I'm like, "Listen, I hate having to do all this shit. I'd rather, if I have to shoot anybody from you guys, it'd be a better, better be over a goddamn good reason. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of glad we came to this. It's, I think it's ideal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just happy that the handguns don't work like before. I don't know if I see Jack, to be honest.
Or Dragonov,
Oh
Shit.
yeah.
All right. Got nothing else.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going away into the island for a little bit. So if Marty wants to have another conversation just to solidify anything, I'm open to it. But no, it's unfortunate that this happened. And I understand that, if some of you still unhappy and shit, hopefully time fixes that in a little bit,